Hello from the Ohio River Valley grasslands in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Carrie Dickinson here, presenting to you a documentary on my Uncle Kirk's exciting young bull, Point Mark. Every 50 or so years, a truly special bull is born. It never just happens. To make positive breed progress, a series of literally hundreds of matings must be carefully calculated and accurately planned. Point Mark is mostly all of our family's genetics. He traces back 11 generations to the first and best of our heifers registered in 1967, Caledonia. With 12 generations, that represents 5,190 planned matings for a very Spartan result. Great genetics do not come fast or easy. One inferior bull can set progress back by many years. Come along and look at how the success story happened, by carefully banding generation after generation, always testing each generation for breed improvement. Starting with his grandmother, Marquis, she produced Noah, age 6, a superior exhibition steer with over 116 inches tip to tip. Very few Longhorns have ever equaled that measurement. Marquis produced Pretty Lady, now 98 inches tip to tip. The air gets thin at that measurement. Not many reach that amazing stretch. Marquis produced Markster, a daughter of Winchester, in 2006. Then with that foundation, in 2017, Markster gave us Point Mark. Markster herself was full of hope. She traced 34 times to Texas Ranger, 10 times to Don Quixote, 8 times to Measles, 5 times to Overwhelmer, 3 times to Classic, 2 times to King, and 2 times to Senator. Clear Point was the sire of Point Mark. His horn showcase champions were beyond a dozen. He measured over 91 inches tip to tip in his 6th year and weighed 2,245 pounds. Clearpoint's siring ability for extreme big horn and big-bodied progeny is unquestioned. Clearpoint traces 71 times to Texas Ranger, 24 times to Don Quixote, 10 times to Measles, 8 times to Overwhelmer, 7 times to King, 7 times to Classic, and 6 times to Senator. As a calf, Point Mark was perfectly conformed. I love those high-set, tiny ears, that lovable little symmetrical face, a perfect back, straight as a Winchester barrel, perfectly square legs, trim neck and underline, and a hip soon to be as big as a Dunkin' Donut binge eater. At 1 year old, he started getting longer. His brindle exploded. In the summer, as a yearling, he began to muscle up with bull conformation. His horn bases began to develop like his sire. In June, at age 2, there was more and more bull to be excited about. Winter before turning age 3, he became a Gold Star bull with over 80 inches tip to tip at 30 months of age. In June, Point Mark slicked off and was worked to get new, more mature photos. He is so gentle, Doug can move his legs to pose, but the bad part, he is so sleepy he won't look awake. He is always sleepy. Maybe when he is with his cows he will wake up. One way to make his head look higher is to lay on the grass and shoot up at him. He is long, tall, and very trim, and still sleepy. When the Ohio sun beams on his hide, the bright brindle colors begin to pop. This angle shows his great bone and hip thickness. The time for Point Mark to work the big herd is here. He is confident, smooth, and happy every day of his life. You are looking at over 50 years of carefully planned matings. Point Mark traces 105 times to Texas Ranger, 34 times to Don Quixote, 18 times to Measles, 13 times to Overwhelmer, 10 times to Classic, 9 times to King, and 8 times to Senator. Those pretty white flowers are Queen Anne's lace. Although the pasture flowers are various and attractive, Point Mark doesn't give a hoot. Watch his fluid movements around the cows. Poised, concerned, always on the move. If something itches on the hinder parts, it is great to have almost 90-inch appendages to scratch just the right place. He knows where that place is. He always holds his mouth a certain way in rhythm with the itch. Few, if any, other Texas Longhorn bulls have the beef correctness, completeness, and overall smoothness of Point Mark. Look at his hip, long wheelbase, and small front end. What you see is a result of over 50 years with more parent verification, DNA, and blood typing than any prominent sire. The proof of the pudding is the eating. In herd sires, it is the progeny. He is young, so his calves are young. His immaculate style is obvious on every calf. That same precision anatomy is exactly the same as he himself had as a calf. Remember the photo of Point Mark at this age? There's a cookie cutter consistency. Well, it's a wrap. He is going off for more job opportunities. Thank you for watching the life of Point Mark so far. Hopefully there will be many more years and calves ahead. A breeding herd has many intricate twists and turns. Every generation has opportunity for joys and high expectations. Keep tuned for the progeny of Point Mark. Some are available every year at Dickinson Cattle Company. This is Kara, signing off. Gotta go feed the calves.